Hey everyone, Hans here. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, I'm a little bit exhausted. It's been a rough week for me, work-wise. Tough job, but I'm a tough guy, so I can get by. Yeah, and in regards to that, being happy with yourself, loving yourself, it's an important topic, I would say. Something that a lot of people seem to be having difficulty with. What prompted me to make a video about this topic mainly has to do with things I've seen from others. Uh, People holding themselves to impossible standards. I've come across people who want to do the right thing. Let me get that straight to begin with. People who want to stand up for what is right, for what is just, for what they want to stand for. But then, in the same breath, almost, they will say such things as, well, I have hazel eyes, therefore, or I am 5'4", whatever, therefore. And it always comes down to that they are somehow not good enough to do the right thing, apparently. It usually comes down to physical complaints too. Or these people who, I mean, you've seen it, no doubt you have. People, for specifically perhaps women, although some guys as well. Someone who is a brunette will dye her hair red. Someone who is red-headed will dye her hair blonde. Someone who is blonde will dye her hair, I don't know, raven, if that is something that can be copied these days. Oh, and I actually should say, with the red-head example, from red-head to blonde. No, that's from red-head to bleached. It's bleach, it's not blonde. Let's get that straight. Yeah. So all of that. And other things, I suppose, such as that they have some sort of annoying habit. And they know they have it. A habit that is annoying to others, perhaps even annoying to themselves. But they want to do the right thing, and now because they have this habit, or their hair isn't the right color, or their eyes aren't the right color, or their height isn't high enough, or they're too high, or they're too fat, or they're too skinny. It's always something. And I tend to think that, in that sense, loving yourself, you cannot hold yourself to another standard. A societal standard is... Societal standards, as they stand, they're meant to make you feel inadequate. You should ignore such things. I mean, must I name every... what do you call that? If I have to name everything that I find lacking in myself, we could be probably sitting here for the next hour. Just me ranting. Oh, I got a pimple on one hand and I got, a scratched nail on the other, blah blah blah. And I don't know, I have 3 hairs more on my left shoulder than on my right shoulder. I mean, is that then the reason that I shouldn't make these videos? Because this is what a lot of people stop themselves from doing over these baseless things. If you have hazel eyes, that usually comes with what do you call that? An evolutionary purpose. If you're short, it probably comes with an evolutionary purpose. If you are built to be a bit more fatty, I guess, it comes with a purpose. If you're built to be skinny, again, it comes with a purpose. And perhaps that is something you should embrace about yourself. The main things to focus on, I would say, and you take it as you will, is be healthy. That means mental health, it means spiritual health, it means physical health. And it is not always easy to achieve, but it can be done. It must be done. First move is to stop listening to those who will pretend to tell you what is right and wrong. Or will, give false examples or BS examples. No, be healthy. Organs, minds, and the soul. So yeah, organs, mind, the soul. Be clean. Be hygienic. That's another good one. So healthy, clean. And you might, although I can really attach this to healthy, be fit. And what does being fit mean? It doesn't mean you need to look like an athlete who has been into daily exercise for the last 10 years. No, it means have your body trained for its evolutionary purpose, if you will. If you are built to be a sprinter, then perhaps your exercises should be sprinter based. If you're built to be a climber, then perhaps you should train to be a climber. If you're built to be a strong man or woman, again, it's that simple. It truly is. We are all that little bit different, that little bit unique, so we can help others with our specific talent. I could be wrong, but doesn't that make more sense than say we all have to be skinny, or we all have to be fat, or we all need to have blue eyes, or we all need to have blonde hair, or we all need to have brown hair, or we need all to have raven hair, whatever it's gonna be. We all need to have, I don't know, skin that is snow white, whatever. It means so little. That is to say, you have been given these gifts by your ancestors. And why is that? Because that is what your ancestors survived by being. If you come from a lineage of travelers, let's say, Stone Age travelers, people that moved with the seasons, following the herds so they can chase their favorite steak, their favorite pork chops, what have you. Well, then you're gonna see a lot of people in such a group who may be built to wrestle down boars or to be very swift and good at flinging spears at elk. Are now the ones who are built to wrestle down boars, unhealthy or not unhealthy? Are they not worthy to hunt boar because they're perhaps more fat than someone who needs to be lean and skinny to be fast enough to catch up to an elk or something like that? No, both have their use. And both can be thankful for the other. Because the boar wrestlers, they're never gonna catch that elk. And well, the elk chasers, let's call them that, they're never gonna take down that boar. Because they're both built for something slightly different. Same purpose though, getting food on your table. Right? And what if some needed blue eyes to see better if it's colder seasons, but then the ones who have hazel eyes are better adapted for when it's actually very sunny? Sailors, I believe, are a little bit better off if they have hazel eyes. And I say hazel because that is what I think, what makes sense to me, is what we should call it when we're talking about whiteys. Brown, it's a bit of a misnomer, and perhaps even on purpose, to dilute, to confuse us with others, non-white. Is there anything else to add to this? Oh, yeah. As for those who run around with these certain ideals that you need to have a certain phenotype and a certain height and a certain weight, what are you even doing? What is the purpose of that? If you're all exactly the same, you're gonna become very predictable. If a certain height brings a certain weakness with it, let's say, you might be a better target. You know, if some vicious anti-white wants to go and, how would you call that? Whack people over the head. Well, if you're taller, you're gonna be seen from further away. That makes it a liability. While being tall, to pick something off the highest shelf, it's excellent to be tall. But then to say that, yeah. And then there are these people who want to do the right thing, but they're short. Or shorter. Not even necessarily short. And then all of a sudden it's an issue. That they are shorter. No. Again, it all brings a purpose with it. Embrace your physical purpose, I suppose. It doesn't mean you need to become some sort of robot tied to your genetics, because genetics can evolve. That is something I would recommend, that you improve yourself throughout life. So the genes that you pass on to those who come after you are gonna be perhaps a bit more adaptable or gonna be more interesting, whatever. That is life. It's getting dark. Think you can notice. But yeah. Now why do I say this? Is it to point fingers at those who hold certain standards? No. Not really. I suppose a little bit. Because I get a little bit upset with it. Why? It's because it's okay to have a certain standard you want to live up to, but it has to be a realistic one you can achieve. That is why it upsets me a little bit. Because it's torture. You're torturing yourself if you are 5'2" and you want to be 6'3". It's never gonna happen. Not by any natural means. And why would you go to a natural means? Then just accept that you are gonna be 5'2" and find out what makes you good being that height. And then when you're among friends, when you're in a good group of people, you may just have that talent that the group needs. And you'll be everyone's hero. Sounds like a good way to go about it in my book. Would perhaps encourage people a bit more. Because here's another one. Just being ill. Having a physical defect. Let's say someone with a club foot. I'm just throwing something in there. Because of certain beauty standards, which a clubfoot isn't part of, the person with a clubfoot who maybe have a brilliant mind, a good soul, good golden heart, will now be held back by that damned standard again. Like, this person can maybe come up with excellent medicine for cuts, for bruises, whatever. Maybe a great surgeon. Let's say a great surgeon. A surgeon with a clubfoot. So, now this person will never make the effort, because there are these few people out there who go around and say, oh, but he has a clubfoot, so he cannot be in the club. Okay, stupid joke, I know. It's late, okay? For me it's late. But yeah. But do you sense the silliness of it all? To put that on yourself. And standing up for your people, I get it. It comes with wanting. It comes with a certain striving for greatness. But that striving for greatness is a process that takes a while. It is not something that can be accepted on the spot itself. That instant gratification thing, leave it be. That is modernist stuff, anyways. Nature is about progress, adaptation, improvement. Or the opposite, but we know what happens if you choose the opposite. Anyone that has observed nature a little bit will know, at least. I'll leave that up for people to check out themselves. Yeah. Now why have I mainly named physical things actually? It's because that is predominantly what I come across. And isn't that a bit weird? Because it almost is like those people who have such insistences on physical standards. It's as if they don't want you to look at what happens in the dome here. What is going on in their head. Now why would that be? Maybe their heart as well. Is it because there is something ugly hidden there? If you like to torment people, with these impossible standards, it can only be for two reasons in my book. Either it is unintelligence, stupidity, or malice, which is even worse. Because stupidity can be forgiven. Malice, actively wanting to hurt people, that is, that's a different story, let's say. Yeah. Can I add something else to it? Maybe this virtue. Virtue also counts, That actually comes into play with spiritual health and mental health. Virtues of your own people. You want a few examples? Heroism, beauty, strength, persistence, nobility, but nobility of the soul. Valor. Valor is also a big one, I would say. Innocence, which is attached to our unfortunate naivety. Courage, bravery, empathy, maybe one of the most important ones, but empathy for the people who have earned it, not just for everyone. It cannot be for sale, and it cannot be given around for free. Empathy should be earned. I made a video about that a while ago. The value of your friendship. Go check the video again if you want to. I'll speak a bit more about that. But yeah, to name a few virtues. And of course, all within balance. Only beauty and nothing else that goes nowhere. Only strength and nothing else goes nowhere. Oh yeah, of course. Intelligence, working together as with others, with your friends, with your people. Doing the right thing. Now why is there so little focus on that? Is it because there are malicious or stupid people who want to distract us with impossible beauty or physical standards in general, so that they can hide their lack of that? And if they hide their lack of that, why are they hiding it? I like to think it's because a lot of our people are very good people indeed. But they're so much in need to belong somewhere that they'll pick whomever. And then with a little bit of hiding and a little bit of wordplay, they get misled and they're made miserable by these people who push these standards on to them. And they can do that for the hell of it, or they can do it for more nefarious reasons. Make it up for yourself with each individual you can. Now, hopefully, go look out to and see what they're actually doing or trying to do. I'm not here to point fingers, I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. But I am saying it, and people do with it as they see fit. I suppose my videos of late have come more and more with challenges, but you choose to take those on or not. And they're also challenges for me, by the way. At the end of the day, I have to do it too, right? Or choose not to, but I always do so. Otherwise I wouldn't make a video topic about it in the first place. And it is because, why is it all important? If we want to have a better future, we're gonna have to challenge ourselves, improve ourselves. Because only good people can make good things happen. It's that simple. And to be a good person, it takes more work. But I promise you, trying to get a good future through vile means, it's not happening. It's not gonna happen. It has been tried that way before. And a lot of people got hurt in the process. When was it again? 2016? 17? Something like that. Certain movements. Yeah. Is there one more or two more things worth bringing up in the wake of all of this? It's I think we're good. I think I said what I wanted to say, what is important. So for those who maybe need to hear it again, focus on your health, mental, spiritual, physical. Focus on being clean, hygienic. And self-improvement, I suppose, is a better way of putting the third. Virtue. Pursue virtue. And it all starts by basically ignoring those who want to put impossible standards onto you. You're gonna feel so much better the instant if you are one of these people who suffers from it. Gonna feel so much better, I think. Just to realize, oh wow, I have, saying something along the lines of, balding, and it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. That's such a relief. Oh, my nose is broken and is a bit crooked and it can be restored, and oh, it's fine after all. Or I have lost an ear in a fire and it's fine after all. Or I lost a finger at work, got chopped off by a machine, and yet it is all fine. I can still do the right thing. Or even if it's something like, being blind, and oh, nobody can see my eye color because I always have a fold over my eyes. But I can now tell it's all fine. I mean, what? No? I think that's pretty fair. Reasonable. Or maybe not. It's up to you to decide. And I'm gonna go for a walk. I may just get lost in the woods, but you know what, I'm still gonna go. So you will have a good one and bye bye.